I was like, you got a sweet tooth? He's like, yeah, but they make my teeth hurt. I was like, okay. Hold on. Who am I doing? Yeah, Hayley. Sean passed before his time and takes partial responsibility. Does that make sense? He's happy. He's personable. Hayley says yes. Get her, Michael. I still have your pen. I just can't help it. I just feel like I need some candy endorphins. Spirit told me, if you eat candy, everybody will want to join your queue today. And I'm like, word. Everyone joins my queue and I get candy? Hell yes. Okay. Let's say this guy has, so Sean, I feel like his hair is a little bit grown out. Maybe he's got skater boy vibe thing going on. He seems younger. Man, he could be older than 30, but his vibe is definitely gives younger than 30 vibes when I look at him. I think he's happy. I think he's relaxed, going about life, had to grow up at a young age. Whatever happened so far, all I can feel is it was difficult to breathe and it really affected him in his upper chest. Wham! Out of nowhere. And then, okay, she goes, he was 29, but he looked older. I love it. I'm like, I'm looking at you and I can't really tell. Now, you maybe look like you're 35, but I'm pretty sure you're in your 20s. He's 29, but he looked older. Okay. Yes, I do free readings Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during my 11 o'clock stream. Sometimes I do streams like tonight, which are my cues, or today, which are my cues, which you're more than welcome to join if you'd like. Little bit, actually, maybe you guys should hold off on that for a second while we get through some of these. Okay, and so Sean takes partial responsibility for the way that he passed. Obviously, he passed before his time. Now we know he passed at 29, which is very young. Sorry that my face is so bright on my thingy. Okay. Happy, no, didn't expect. Let's say the situation he was in, let's say we ride off into the sunset with it. Like, we'll be fine, or, done this before, but it really just ends badly in a way you don't expect, and then, almost stops, and it, like, stops him right in his chest. We didn't expect things to be going wrong, or this thing to go poorly, or situation, or one thing leads to another. We didn't expect it. She goes, that's exactly what happened. Okay, now you tell me in your words what happened. She's like, that's exactly what happened. I was like, okay, that's amazing, but now tell me. Because at this, I gotta know. I gotta know. Holy crap, my face is so bright on my recorded screen, but that's whatever. He was making a sign. She goes, he was making a sign, and then he got electrocuted and burned. And Hayley says, I found him. Who is this to you? Very happy, very wanted some sweets, very like nonchalant, great personality. Oh my gosh, and he was making a sign. He takes partial responsibility, probably just for not taking basic precautions. And he says, I don't expect this thing to blow up, for this to happen. It was for his mom's 60th birthday, and it was on Thursday, and his mom's birthday was on a Saturday. Hayley, oh my goodness. So he's sitting there making a sign. He was my boyfriend for almost 4 years, and he's the father of my son. This is intense. This is about as intense as it gets. I gotta move this light away from me for a second. This is, he's making a sign for his mom's birthday. and it like literally blows up and electrocutes him and starts him on fire. And that's what he was saying. Oh yeah, so if like you're sitting there and making a sign, let me show my TikTok people. If you're sitting there and like doing something and then all of a sudden you see this light, like okay, so let's say we're making a sign, we take partial responsibility, we're making a sign, then all of a sudden it electrocutes him and then starts him on fire. That's amazing. I mean, that's incredible communication. And she goes, I have been having a really hard time, and both my kids are having a really hard time. When did he end up passing? He's such a good communicator. If you tell me in July, I will lose it, lady. He was doing electrical burn in wood art. Yeah, like wood burning. And it just electrocuted him and started him on fire. That's wild. Literally July of 2024. First of all, why are we trending on people that are passing in July? I was like, if you tell me he passed in July, I will lose it. Did I? No, I'm just threatening you. Same thing I do to my 8-year-old. But seriously, oh my goodness. I was like, if you tell me he passed in July, I will lose it. And he passed in July. All right. Well, he's a great communicator. He's at peace. He's on the other side. Your children are very intuitive. Here's something. You're going to hate every bit of this answer. I don't even know how to explain it to you. You're going to do a wonderful job. You already are, but you're going to continue to do a wonderful job at finding who you are by raising these children. I don't know if you guys were together. I don't know if you guys were together or apart. It's really irrelevant, but I feel like you're going to do a really great job at being independent, and then you're going to have eventually a good example or a good role model that won't necessarily take his place, but it'll make sure the children have a fulfilled life and some mental stability, and so he has nothing but, the right people are going to be put into their lives, and he's going to make sure of it. And so that's what he's saying about the child that you guys have together. Was it fast? And I blame myself for not coming out when he said, my daughter wasn't his, but he raised my daughter as his own. He kept talking plural like there was multiple kids. I kept having to mentally remind myself that you only had one together. So I'm really glad that, like, despite what I was able to remember, he was talking as, both of the kids, And and you want to know if it's fast? Yeah, he didn't expect it to happen. He takes partial responsibility, and then he literally shows, and then he makes it seem like something blew up. When I saw it, I'm like, something blows up, something goes wrong, and I was in my own world. Maybe we're smoking a little toke, like just chilling, like not really thinking any disaster is gonna happen. It would have happened in front of you regardless. Those things get so hot. So I think that before you even have a time to react, I think that it was an instant thing. So there wasn't a feeling of pain, or I don't feel like I'm being like consumed by fire by any means while I'm doing this reading. So he had a beer and he was just trying to enjoy himself. He was doing good. Oh, you have a Weston? My boy's name is Weston. Well, guess what? He loves both of those kids, and everything is gonna be okay. Your kids are intuitive, and tell them to pay attention to their dreams and to trust themselves.